It's a ginger deck. That's very rare. Kind of cool, though. Could be a combo-y with the Retrofitter Foundry there. As long as Birds of Paradise survives, we can get a Gwen in the next turn. And that's going to be crazy because we have the Titan. Lava Spur Boots. Okay. So if all goes well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana for the Primeval Titan. So they don't kill the Gwen and they're in a bit of trouble, really. And they're going to be completely tapped out here. I take it it's not just a Sir Ginger deck. There's almost guaranteed going to be some kind of Eldrazi and stuff in there. But yeah, the fact we can just play Primeval Titan this early is really quite crazy. And I would probably quit by now if I had seen that. Especially when we've got 3 Tree City and a Nykthos, which is just... it's just busted, really. Basically having 2 Nykthoses in your deck now. Forsaken Monument. Okay, that is pretty terrifying. No. So they can legit just go for Ulamog or something next turn. So can we just win here? Can we win? Why didn't that... oh, because that's a greater power. Damn, that's annoying. So that's going to double the power. We can pay... sacrifice 2 other creatures. Okay, we'll just see what they do. If they do have Ulamog or whatever. That's 12. Emrakul steals all our creatures. That's going to be crazy. If that's the case. 1, 2. So if they have Emrakul, we are in a lot of trouble. But we can just sacrifice 2 other creatures to make this indestructible. So we can pay 4 and just kill all our creatures off. Immortal Sun. I don't think that's going to be enough, is it? What, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Damn, yeah. Completely annihilated him. We got pretty lucky. With the Forsaken Monument, it's pretty much the best card in their deck. Because it allows them to get, like, turn 5, turn 6 Eldrazi Gods. Okay. But how are they going to deal with the fact we can double and double now? Yeah, that's amazing. Wow. A show of force. And welcome to a brand new video. Today we're looking at Tyvar the Pummeler, which is a pretty funky elf warrior from Duskmourn. So it's a 3-mana 3/3. Tap another untapped creature you control to give him indestructible until end of turn and tap it. That's pretty useful when you're facing a lot of removal spells in the format. And you can pay 3 green to give all your creatures +X/+X till end of turn, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. So there's a lot of ways you can build this. One of the ways I thought to make it a bit more unique is make it an elf tribal deck. There's only, well, say elf tribal, there's only, how many? 17 elves in the whole deck, which I think kind of constitutes tribal. I don't really know what the numbers should really be. It's just whatever the user kind of wants it to be, I guess. But there are things in the deck that care about elves, and that's what I wanted to look at. So Elvish Clan Caller gives other elves +1/+1. So that's a nice little boost. And this matters because Tyvar cares about your creature's power, and although you can't use the second ability here, search your library for another Elvish Clancaller, the fact it just boosts all other elves is pretty significant. You also have Leaf Crowned Visionary, which gives you other elves +1/+1 as well, and whenever you cast an elf spell, you pay green to draw a card, so that's pretty cool. Have Vanquisher's Banner to give creatures of the chosen type +1/+1, so that's really nice. There's a few pumps hidden around here and there. What else can we talk about? They're just, elves in general are in a great position. They've got so much support right now. You want to kind of have a lot of creatures out. That's why we have 32, and you want to have lots of creatures out because they kill your opponent. You can tap them to make Tyvar indestructible, and they're just nice to have around, especially if just random stuff like Flare of Cultivation. You can sacrifice something to just cultivate, basically. This is just such an awesome card. Selvala is wonderful as well, just gives you so much mana. The initial build didn't have too many walkers in, but I thought walkers are pretty damn strong in 1v1, so I added the Vivian Champion Awards to give our creatures flash, which is definitely underlooked and underrated. Don't see it very often. Random Realm Breaker, which can just break your opponent's back if you get to the -7 playing lands and permanents from your graveyard over and over again. That's just absolutely crazy for a 3-mana Planeswalker. We've got the 5-mana Nissa, which doubles the forests, and the 7-mana Nissa, which just does pretty much everything and becomes a creative behemoth in this monocolor deck. I actually crafted 3 Tree City for this deck because it's essentially Nykthos for creatures. So Nykthos cares about how many green pips you have, whereas 3 Tree City cares about how many creatures you have out. And then you choose a colour you add, the amount of mana equal to the number of creatures you have out. So if you have 3 elves out, you pay 2, you get 3 mana. It's pretty nice. So yeah, it's a pretty nice deck. It's pretty simple. You could probably make it a lot more top heavy, but I think the format's quite aggressive. So I've really top loaded on 3 drops here. We really care about critical mass, so we don't really care so much about having loads of, like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 drops, and more about having loads and loads of elves because it gives such a wide buff. But yeah, you can of course build it how you wish. I just think this is kind of cool. I actually quite like the art here as well. Kind of looks fairly contemporary and also fits the fantasy aesthetic. All apart from that fanny pack he has on his belt there is a little bit odd. I know they're on, Duskmourn, and it's a bit, that's just how they fit it into the plane, which is just a bit weird. I just can't imagine, like, somebody going around a fantasy universe and then suddenly they get to this plane and suddenly they're wearing a vest and a fanny pack. It's just a bit odd, but there we have it. It's a pretty cool card. I like it. It's kind of like create your own creative behemoth. I would probably recommend putting more trample in the deck that I have, because without trample it's going to be tough to kind of burst through the gate. So I did add 1 copy of Ronus just because he's awesome at giving something trample, and he gives Tyvar a minimum base boost of +5, which is kind of ludicrous because he doesn't actually care what types you have. It just cares what the strongest thing you have, which makes him, I think, mythic status. I think if it was rare, it would say equal to the greatest power of alpha you control. But yeah, the fact we have Ronus in here just giving a flat +5, and you can even use his activate ability before that to give a flat +7 as well, which is pretty epic. So let's see how it goes today, and I hope you enjoy. This is really bizarre. The shuffler's given us Utopia Sprawl like 3 games today in our first hand, and we go first. I mean, I can't really complain, to be honest. Especially going against Roxanne, which I was on the verge of conceding against before I even started the game, because it's just a really boring game versus Roxanne, because you're trying to race the meteorites, which you can't really. You just can't, because it just gives you +1 mana every single time. It's the Golo's problem. If you don't have the Golo's problem, it's a commander that comes in and gives half its command attacks next turn they play a land, which means they can just replay the commander again. It's it is a pain. Signet. Okay, so what do we want to do? Do we just want to go for Aladamri? Go for Migration Path of 3 mana. We do this and Aladamri. Bring out the elves. Pretty cool, actually. Playing. So our green cards cost 1 less, and we can cast green creatures on the top of our library and tap creatures to put them into play. That's pretty cool. Goblin and Narcomancer. Nice. So they can play stuff for 1 cheap. So they've basically kind of got an Emerald Medallion as well. So as long as we don't have 2 toughness creatures, we might be okay. I'd really like to get a land, really. I think I'm going to use the Migration Path here. 3 mana. Land on top. Let's just fight here. And begin our onslaught. And then next turn we use a Tail Swipe to fight again. We're getting to a point where we can. This Ronus is going to be great, as I said in the deck tech, for the +5 power boost. But yeah, I do feel a bit defensive. The fact we missed a land meant we had to go for the Migration Path, really. So it's a shame. Ogler. Oh, that's a shame. They're going to kill the Aladamri. Interesting. But we can Ronus fight here, so I'm not too scared yet. So indestructible fighting is really quite awesome, really. So I guess we couldn't do that, could we? Ah, it's a shame. Should have done that before. Damn it. Oh well. We can pump, which gives almost the same boost there. You know what, though? Next turn, we are coming in absolutely hot with these two together. If Tyvar survives this, which he should, because they're only red-green, let's see what happens. Because we can attack with Ronus because we're going to have another creature with power 4. Oh, that was going to be insanity, yeah. So quick analysis here. So in our next turn, Ronus would pump Tyvar. So then Ronus... Oh, no, we don't even have to do that. All we had to do was activate Tyvar's 5-mana ability. All creatures get +5/+5. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then that would have been 8 and 10 going in. That was going to have trample. They would have had to block. Oh, that would have been beautiful. Can't say no to turn 1 ramp. As you all know, it pretty much just changes the game so much. Utopia Sprawl as well. Probably the best turn 1 ramp because it's an enchantment. Hardest to kill. That means we can get a turn 2 Tyvar. But it does also mean they can counter it potentially. Oh, hang on a sec. We have to get the forest first. Misclick the land there. Can we resolve this? Yeah, that's nice. We don't really have any synergy with it now. We can fight something. How much toughness? That's 2 toughness, so we can fight it. It's kind of nice. Let's see if they have any interaction for Tyvar here. Okay, I guess we'll just try and ramp even more. Wow, the fact they're not actually doing anything to stop us is kind of interesting. But again, we don't have the payoff spells yet. Just Tyvar. If they play loot and we kill it, I feel like... Okay, Midnight Clock. But again, we can just pay 5 to make him 6, can't we? Should we just do that? Seems pretty crazy. And then if we go for the Leafkin Druid, creatures get... Wow. When you can just pay that over and over again in one turn, that's really crazy. Because you can just pay 10. So you're basically doubling and then quadrupling power. That is really, really, really powerful. Especially for stuff with with no power itself. It's kind of crazy. Let's see if they have a way to stop us here. It's got ward. So we have to pay 1. And there we go. Beautiful. Just a Tyvar by himself basically KO'd our opponent. Awesome. Sweet. Let's keep this and go forth. Against Kirik. Very fast deck there. It's a scary deck because if they have Dark Ritual, they can do some mean things. But to be fair, Dark Ritual does mean things in every deck, doesn't it? It's not exclusive to this one. It's just the fact that they can cheat this out on turn 4 or with 4 mana rather than 7. And then once their toughness gets past a certain level, it's going to be difficult for us to kill it because we just struggle to kill big things in green. Deep Cavern Bat is irritating, especially against certain colours like ours, because then we're kind of forced to use suboptimal kill spells, which are already quite hard to get anyway on suboptimal creatures, which have already done their damage basically by delaying us. I wonder what it takes. I think I would take the tail swipe, to be honest. Okay. Each creature you control. Probably had that. Tyrannosaurus Rex is going to be great if we can get this on board. Just the Ward 4 is just really great. Well, they're going to kill this. Destroy it. Okay, fair enough. Not too scared at the moment. Do I even care about fighting that? I'm not even bothered about getting that Lana or Elves back. You know? I'd rather just keep the tail swipe for their Kirik, to be honest. But they are black, so they probably have a lot of different spells. So now they've got this, they can pay Phyrexian black rather than the mana cost. So if they play one or two spells, they're going to be out of range. Necropotence, oh my goodness. That is gross. So they can refill their hand now? They're at 13. Goodness. Wow, they're going low. If I play this in my main phase... Yeah, let's wait till my main phase, because I don't want to just lose the Tyvar. So let's hope they don't get any instants as well. So that goes into the hands. Any instants, and this is going to ruin our plan, really. I think we go for this first to defend our Tyvar. Let's see if this works here. If they play any black instant... Oh, we got very lucky being able to do that. And the fact we can tap the Paradise Druid to give him indestructible is just really wonderful as well. Okay. Let's go to them. Beginning of your next end step. So they're paying quite a bit for that. Skipping the draw step. Stuff. Okay. Well. I need another kill spell, to be honest, or I'm not going to be able to keep up with all the card advantage they're going to get. Although Tyrannix Rex is going to have to be blocked, isn't it? If this comes down, Grey Merchant, they're going to gain 4. They did that because they know we have the Tyrannix Rex. Let's just do this here. The Deep Cavern Bat is gaining them some legitimate life sources as well, so... Get this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if we get one land, we can go for the Tyrannix Rex. I really hope we can. If not, we probably just attack with both our guys. And then see what they do. And then pump. But goddamn, that Necropotence is good when they have life gain. I don't think we can do it now. Because they've just gained far too much life. Necropotence, so it's 3, 4, 5. Bloody hell, they gained 6 just from that alone. Pretty crazy. Secretly, Necropotence is like... It's like a Grizzlebrand without the body. It's really, really such a powerful card to have in this format. I just wish our opponent was still alive and kicking and just moving. I don't know why they've just completely stopped playing. Cool. You just can't... Well, I just can't have a good day of Magic. And the gamer tag is bad, to be fair, so that's pretty accurate, isn't it? Bad person. Come on. Chop chop. My time these days is so limited to doing anything. It's such a shame that people want to waste their life doing this, you know? Really is. My day involves waking up, this last 2 weeks, waking up at 4 AM and going to work for 5 AM. That is crazy. Just stop doing this, man. Why does everything have to be paused? Right, okay, so we're going to alpha. They didn't block. Let's go for elves, because that's the most amount. And I think we do this anyway, because we do desperately need a mana source. It does reduce our defense, because it means that Tyvar can't have anyone to tap for him anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4. But it does mean we have 7 mana for the Tyrannosaurus Rex. So we'll see what they do. If they do anything at all. I hate this so much. You start recording a good game and then people just do this. Jeez, people are awful, aren't they? Humans are just shitty. Really are. Probably playing some unemployed person that has all the time in the world to play Magic. But for people like me, it really is a privilege to be able to play it. It's something that I don't have unlimited access to. You know, when I come home, I choose to do this after I've, put the kids to sleep, and had some dinner and spent some time with the family. It's just a bit of time to unwind, play some Magic, and hopefully have some fun experiences. But some people just choose to. Some people just choose this. Some people choose that. Why? You only live once, man. Why? Did you know that you can help my channel by watching another one of my videos? Go ahead, you know you want to.